Yeah.
For number 6, it will be they have to take responsibilities as well as their relationship is going to improve.
Hey, यार relationship काम तो करेगा.
जिसका आपका नहीं है तो that's a different thing. But though the person believes or not, product is for everyone. Everyone. You can't deny the product. You see, it has to come, it will happen. It is bound to happen and it will happen. See, Snehal, life path number is something which means your
Hi guys, welcome back to my new episode, and today I have Mr. Biswarup Mukherjee, who has been the finest palmist as well as numerologist I personally know. So sir, thank you so much for being here today, and I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, Namaskar. My name is Biswarup Mukherjee. And before starting the session, I would like to say 2 words. One will be product and another would be karma. And of course, in the due course of our discussion, I'll definitely explain you the words. So you can...
So sir, I would like you to tell, like, when did you start your journey into palmistry and numerology?
See, sir, my journey into palmistry started long back. It was in the early 90s and I was in class 9. Actually, one of my family friend, he was an astrologer or rather palm reader. And on those days, it used to happen that people used to come to your house and check your hands and something like that. So he used to see all of our family members' hand. And since I was very inquisitive about it, so I used to ask him, sir, please tell me, कि ये line क्या होता है, वो line क्या होता है. So he told me a couple of lines, and because of which, what I did is that because I have learned it from him, just a couple of lines, I went to school and I started saying, this is your fate line or this is your luck line or something like that. So eventually it happens so that people tried finding it very interesting and people came to me for asking different questions. So that is how I started in terms of palm reading. So, and it has been so many years till then that I have been trying to help people in different type of hobbies.
So basically, who inspired you to start this passion?
It is my uncle, as I said, my family uncle who has shown me the way, or he has told me that what are the things and how you can explore things.
So basically, do you practice this palmistry and numerology?
See, Sneha, it happens so that from the early 90s, what I said, from then onwards it has happened that I have been seeing a lot of palms. And although I have never taken it as a profession or the monetary part or the financial part, it has been just my friends, my colleagues, my relatives, and where I stay. So it has happened from friends to friends, relatives to relatives.
Expanded.
Right, it has expanded a lot, but I have never done it professionally in terms of means I having a chamber or something like that. It has been just from friends. They call me and I just try to help them more. How that's.
So basically, since you read palm, so the lights change, right, on the palm?
She's there that if you see your both hands carefully, you would see that both being you the same person, you would not have the same kind of lines in both the hands. And one more thing, apart from your hands, there are many lines which come up after certain age, or your some black moles like tails. Many people have their birthmarks, and even every birthmark speaks a lot about your character, your means what is going to happen. It's not only about your black moles or black tail. Even people after a certain age they have red moles, which is the lal thing. So every mark that you get with age, every lines that you get with age, or you would see the difference in your hand. Because lines keeps on changing. Of course, it's very slow, steady. But if you see very carefully, then you can see that it changes with time. Okay. So different birthmarks, different moles, speaks a lot about your character and what is going to happen in your near future.
So the lines on our palm doesn't reveal our opportunities, relationship, career growth, everything.
Of course, it does. Actually, out of 100 people, you would see at least 10 people having the fate line, because everyone doesn't have the fate line. Not only about the fate line, your career, your everything goes with the fate line. And the fact is that there will be many lines which will be intersecting those lines. So that actually makes a huge difference in understanding that whether your fate would be at which age, at what time, and how much career growth you can go. And it will definitely, you will talk about your relationship with your different people, with your marriages or your affairs or everything.
I need this right now. Okay. So since you have told a lot of things in my palm and my birth and also birth date, there is a significance of the birth date of a person, right?
See, actually, if a person is reading the palm, most of the time, even the birth date or the time is not required. But to come to a particular kind of accuracy or to come to a conclusion that which time, then of course the person can give the date of birth along with the time. That will be an add-on. For whosoever who is doing the palm reading, that will be an add-on.
Okay. So what about the numbers that you usually see, like the birth numbers?
See, birth numbers, see, for me, all the numbers are lucky. But normally, birth numbers define your two things. First would be your birth number, means the day you are born. And second would be adding up your date, month and year.
Yes.
So that will be your life path number.
So sir, can palmistry reveal our growth, success, relationship and financial balances as well?
Yes, Sneha, it does. Actually, out of 100 people, if you see the palm, at least 10 people or 10% would have the fate line. Just to give you an example, but there will be many intersecting lines. Now that actually says that when your birth would be, at what age or at what time. Now, even the relationships, whether you will have one relationship or more, that can be seen in the palm. Because, and the monetary aspect or the sun line that would speak about your growth, career growth, means how successful will you be. Of course, there will be other lines which will definitely define as a whole, but definitely by looking at the palm, you can say that at what age the person would get the growth, career growth, opportunities, or for in a relationship.
Okay. So why don't you change your name into Shastri Ji or Pandit Biswarup Mukherjee or something like that?
Now, I have to say, to be very frank, I am happy with the name which is given by my parents. And I don't believe in any kind of Shastri, all the things. The fact is that I am happy with Biswarup Mukherjee because people know me like that, working in different corporates also, they know me. And they definitely want to get the benefit or they definitely want to see if I can get there. So changing the name doesn't make any difference in me being me. So I think Biswarup Mukherjee is fine with me.
Thank you, sir. So the lines on our palm, does it really also help in the stress line and the challenges of our near future?
Yes, it does. Actually, in palm reading, a person can even say that whether you are going through depression or not, or whether there is any kind of suicidal tendency or is there or not. So precisely a person who is very good at palm reading, the person can say that what is the mental trauma you are going through or physical trauma you are going through and at what age. So it definitely defines, but the person who has the knowledge about this can definitely see, assess and then tell what should be done.
I appreciate this because you told certain things about me, about my anxiety, and I still go through that.
Sure.
So how do you help people who are not in Kolkata?
See, it happens so nowadays, first is date of birth, I get it, and now it is WhatsApp, so it's not only in WhatsApp, people send me, it is not always possible for people, those who are not in Kolkata, to get connected with me. So those who are outside Kolkata or outside India,
Yeah.
so what they do is that they send me their pictures of their palm.
It works then?
Yeah, they say it works. It does work. And they see, seeing a palm physically would definitely be an add-on, because compressing certain points should evaluate. It will give you an evaluation to see certain lines more precisely. But definitely, what I think is that to some extent, if not to 100%, but at least 70 to 80%, you can see take the pictures of the palm and send it across, and then I can rate the person.
So if someone wants to say a personality when that person is outside Kolkata, guide them how should they click the exact picture of the palm.
See, ideally it should be in under the sunlight,
Okay.
and the
The
resume.
rekhas are coffee.
Yeah, under the sunlight, and the mobile that they are in the photograph back flashlight on, and they have to take it from different angles so that I can precisely see all the minute lines in the palm, in both ends, of course.
Okay. And sir, there are certain numbers which are very lucky, people usually say, right? So can you tell which is the luckiest number in numerology?
See, for me, if you ask me, for me all the numbers are lucky.
Yeah.
Right. So when you say with every number would have certain pros and certain cons. Every number. So for me, all the numbers are lucky. That is the first thing. And precisely, I feel there's one or two numbers I'll just say. One number which I feel is very good, and second would be 5.
5.
So these two numbers, I think they are very, very lucky. They are, to some extent, they are born lucky. But nevertheless, you have to consider all the numbers. So it is not only that if you have one, there are other numbers and other parameters.
So one means people who are born on 1st, 10th and I guess 28th.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And 5 will be 5, 14 and 23.
Correct.
ये ना मेरा दुश्मन है 5 नंबर वालों से मेरा कभी नहीं पड़ता है. So some people there are who don't believe in palmistry, astrology, numerology, but they face the exact things that is written in their destiny. So what would you say about that?
Siha, as I said before starting the sessions, I told you 2 words. One is Prarat, one is Karma.
What is the meaning of both?
I just explained. Prarat means the past life unfinished work, which needs to be finished in this life. And Karma means what you are doing in this your current life. So what happens is that whether you believe it or not, the person believes or not, Prarat is for everyone. Everyone. You can't deny the Prarat. Which it has to come, it will happen. It is bound to happen and it will happen. No one can stop it. It is the difference would be only, let us, suppose you know it's going to rain. The first thing you do is that you would not go out unless and until it's an emergency.
Yes.
And if you go, then you take a proper precaution. So that means you take an umbrella or raincoat. So these are things. So priority is something which is going to bound to happen. Any kind of palmistry, astrology, numerology cannot stop it. But a person who has proper knowledge about this, they can divert it or they can minimize the things which might happen. But there are certain things which happen. Now coming down to karma. Karma means what you are doing in your present life. Knowingly if you hurt someone with 10 rupees, you get it back with 100 rupees. And unknowingly if you hurt someone with 10 rupees, you might get that 10 or you might not get. So the fact is that your karma has to be something like that keeps on building your as a whole. So you have to do good karmas in every aspect of it, whatever is possible. Then only you can grow as a person, and then only you can overcome the challenges which might be there in your palm.
Okay. So sir, this karmic thing that you said, so there are certain things that affects our karmic life also. For an example, if I ask you, if a person is into physical relation with more than 2-3 people or in multiple physical sexual relation, does that also affect the karmic way?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How does it?
See, everyone has their own karma. So fact is that possibly, suppose, just to give an example, suppose you are a person who is very pure in your soul and you are having a relationship with a person who doesn't have that kind of pure soul. Because when you get connected with someone physically, categorically, then the karmic things get connected. So that is all the reason more that unless and until you are sure that you want to get married or you get married or there are certain kind of commitments, even though in today's world it's just something that which I am talking about, it be something might be taking it as otherwise, but because people tend to get connected very easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But the fact is that you have to be very, very cautious while getting connected physically.
So if I am physically into someone who is specifically not a good person, he knows, but for me that person might be good or nice. So will that affect, like his karmic impulsion would affect me?
The fact is that why the first question comes is why would you get physically intimate with someone?
Because the other person might be good in front of me, but back there
is what I'll come to say, that there has to be a particular time frame for you to get connected with anyone in this world after a certain time. Whenever there is something which happens very fast, it goes off very fast. So the fact is that you have to make sure it happens in a perfect time. Time means you have to give your relationship certain time. Then if you get connected, that you have a different effect.
Absolutely, sir. But what about if I'm not in a relationship with that person and I'm just having intimation with that person for some, like, leisure or pleasure or like fun?
That's individual choice. That and I cannot say anything. That's completely.
So will that also affect?
Of course it is completely. Hit you back.
And my one more question is, this is a trend or fashion nowadays going on, having relation with a married person or a bachelor guy having relation with a married woman. So in this way, does it affect our karma?
Of course.
Whatever.
See, I'll tell you one thing. Just to give an example in a different way. Suppose you take 100 rupees from me. And I am not going to, I have been very innocent, I have been living. And you would return it back to me. So, and I am not able to ask you or you are not giving it back to me. Be rest assured, in the time frame, someone will take 1000 rupees from you. It will be 10 times more which someone else will take. I might not take.
If I haven't returned.
If you haven't returned or I could not get my money which I have given you. So you are going to get it 10 times more. Means 1000 rupees is going to go for it. Might be I not take it. Might be someone else will take it from you. You might not tell it to me, but you will realize it's back of the mind that because I have taken 100 rupees from Biswarup, sir, I didn't return it back. Today I am getting. You might not confess it in front of everyone, but definitely it is going to come back.
Like this means
it's just a time frame. Possibly you have done it to me today and he'll get the return within 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Till the time you are alive, you will see that someone will take the money without any reason.
comes back.
Yeah, it is.
No, but in that case, for an example, if I am dating someone who is a married guy, okay, he is also into me, it's kind of mutual. But will it affect me when I get married or will I have like problems in my life?
100% it's. You said the answer in your such thing. Of course, it is going to affect you. Your life, your marriage life, everything is going to get affected.
But both are like, mutually.
You both are, it's just the time. You both are mutual now at present. But the result is it is not going to give you an effect in the coming future. So that has to be considered.
And keeping this marital aside, if I have plenty of relationship in that, it's just for one night stand or physical intimation, but we are not dating, we are just good friends, we are just having those pleasure with each other. So will that also affect both of us?
Everything. So that is what I said. One thing is prarabdha, one thing is karma. So your karma has to be something. From now onwards, you have to understand. Unless your karma is good, you won't get the karma. In the life frame, you are very young, Sneha, right now. In the time frame you get married, you have a children and everything. Hang on. So the fact is that during the course you live, you see that how it is. So ideally, I would suggest anyone for that reason.
So, sir, the question was not for me, for other people that are in the system. How palmistry, numerology, or astrology tells us accurate about life, death, accident, and events that happen?
See, Sneha, how it happens is that I would put it across in this way that in some cases it gives you an accurate of around 70 to 80%, and in some cases it gives you an accuracy of around 80 to 90%. The accuracy, the thing I am saying is because I am not telling it about 100%. The reason being is that we can definitely say about a certain time frame, but we can never say about the exact date or time for anything. So time frame means, supposedly if I say that you get success from the age of 32, which means it doesn't mean that from 32 onwards initially you get a sudden jump.
Right.
Possibly from once you end up your 31st birthday, means you are 32, before that it would get started or it might be started. And by the time you complete your 32, you might see the success. So it will not be an overnight. So that is all the reason more I am building it across, or I am putting it in a way that it's 70 to 80 or 80 to 90, but not 100%. No one can in this world can predict 100%, or with accuracy, with time, date, and no one. Not even from myself.
Yeah. Okay. So death, does that also can be?
Death in certain cases, of course. Neha, if you remember, the fact is that when your father was unwell, that you told me that my father is unwell, so sir, can you please tell me how is he doing? So I told you that he could not come to me. So you have sent the pictures of his both the palms, and we were in touch. And then after couple of days, then I said that how is he doing? So because I wanted to speak to you, you said that he is recovering pretty well.
Yes.
And he'll be back home soon. So because of which, once you said, so I wanted to tell you certain things. I went backstage. I said, if she is saying fine, then why I am worrying so much? But just after a day or two, within a week's time, you called me up and you said that my father is no more. So the fact is that, see, try to understand. I could see one thing only, that at this point of time, he would be having sufferings. It could be physical, mental, or his life would have certain challenges at that point of time. That is all the reason why I was trying to tell you, warn you, or make you cautious about to be more careful. Neither you knew it, nor I knew it, that it will be the last point of his life. But the fact is that it was something which was very essential for me to tell you, convey you, because I could see that somewhere down the line, at that point of time, his life is having something very challenging. So that is how, so that is how I cannot say that this person would survive till this date, this month, this year. No. But at this age, you would get your success. At this age, you would have some operations, something like that. That can be predicted. That can, as you said.
So can you tell us some simplest way that a person can check themselves by reading the lines of their palm?
See, there are a couple of lines which would say your headline, your fat line, your fate line, or your sun line, which you can even get in your Google, or if you Google, you will get the lines. But the fact is that what are the intersecting lines? that can make a huge difference. The reason being, or whether the line is very prominent or not, or the line is intersected by different lines or not, whether they are making any triangles or not. So that will make a difference. So simple lines would be these lines, but definitely once a person knows how to read it, then there will be other lines which they need to know to come to a conclusion, means answer to any of the questions.
Okay. So would you tell us some remedies for luck and positivity in 2026?
See, for 2026, just if you just add on the numbers, it is coming to 10, which means 1. And 1 is the number of for your sun. So I would suggest everyone, in general or in common, that in 2026 there will be life changing for many people. So try to do the best of your karma in 2026. Means try to give. Give means in whichever form. It can be food, it could be your dress, it could be in whatever form, it could be medicine or whatever. Try to help the people, those who are in need. So if anyone can do it, it will add on to their karma, and they can get the benefit of it within a particular time frame or in their lifetime. So what I was saying is that you see these kind of things, starting from transparency, confusion, error. Now, a common person would go or buy a stone, would never, out of 100 people, hardly one person would ask for this kind of geological items for laboratory certificate. And most of the shop doesn't care. So, it is a kind of business.
So certificate is mandatory.
Certificate is mandatory, and even if you get the certificate, you have to not only get the certificate, you have to know how to understand that what is the kind of purity it has. So that is all the reason mostly. I never recommend, or I don't ideally recommend your stones. That is the first. Second, I give you one more example. This is a diamond that I did, and this is also a diamond. If you can show it to everyone. You cannot define that both the diamonds, which one is original. But the fact is that this is an original diamond and this is an American diamond. Yeah. And both have the same kind of clarity, crystal and everything.
Color clarity and everything.
What I mean is, unless and until if you have a certificate for the particular this diamond, you need to have a certificate, which will be International Geological Institute, which will be given, which is considered worldwide. So unless you have this, so it is of no value. But the fact is that many times people tend to buy this one at the cost of this one. So that is all the reason more. I very rarely recommend stones, and even if a person wants to buy, I ask them to go to the best of the shops and then only buy with the particular certificate. Not all those.
So, sir, what are the common predictions that you see, or the general predictions in teen girls and boys?
See, I will tell you very general. Generally, what I am seeing in teenager is first is depression, then the laziness, and the third would be your very deep focus on their goals. So these are the general predictions which I am seeing in the recent trend of.
The reaction for what? Like for specific anything, or they?
It could be for anything. It could be for if they are not doing good in their studies,
family,
or their family kind of thing. So depression, they are into, especially the people those who are into their teenage.
Okay. And what are the common and general predictions that you see in married men and women?
See, again, I would say general. In the last couple of months, what I have seen is in both, in men and as well as women, that is extramarital affairs. And for the female, I have seen a feminine problem, which is related to their giving birth or something. So in general, both are very general answers. But then again, in the recent trend, I have seen that out of 10 people or 10 men or women I see, at least 6 to 7 people, men and both, they are either involved or they are on the verge of getting involved or they are getting some offers to get involved. So it could be anything, but the extramarital thing is coming just as a general or normal trend.
So the extramarital affair comes as a normal trend and does it lead to divorce?
See, it can lead to divorce. See, how can I say it will depend from person to person? But what I am saying, out of the 10 hands that I see, as far as the young kids are concerned, they have got the depression or the laziness or the defocusing from their career goals. As far as women's or men's extramarital affair, along with the women's, those who are married, they have got problem with conceiving a child and feminine problem.
So is palmistry truly scientific faith or it's about the psychological comfort?
See, for me, in the last more than 30 years, for me it's very scientific. The reason being, what I have seen or what I have studied, that it has been the same. So for me it is scientific. Of course I advocate on it. For some people it could be faith, and those who have the faith, for them it will be psychological comfort. So it will be combination of all the three or any one or two. For me it is completely scientific, as well as, yes, of course I agree too.
And for some beginners, would you advise something if they are interested in palmistry or like numerology?
Of course, I think now the trend is that if you see any of the internet or whatever, you see many people talking about numerology or palmistry or astrology or different kinds of things. What I think is that those who are interested at a very young age, they can start up their studies, means in terms of reading books, and they have to focus on any one thing. Supposedly, I prefer palmistry, someone would prefer numerology, someone would prefer astrology. So they have to specialize on any one thing. Of course, they have to do a lot of studies.
Yeah.
After studying for a couple of years, then they can comprehensively speak about that particular subject. Of course, they can definitely.
Can you, sir, briefly just explain us how to calculate the life path numbers?
See, a life path number is something which means your date of birth, means the day, adding with the month, and then adding with the year. So the number which comes very total, that is the life path.
For an example, if it is 42, so 4 plus 2 is 6.
Right.
So 6 is the life path.
Absolutely. Now you can define it in two different things, such as your date of birth would be your driver number.
Okay.
And your number calculating everything would be even spoken about the conductor number.
Okay.
So driver number is as the number says, it is driving.
15, like I'm 15, so 6 is my driving number.
Absolutely right.
Paise do bhagwan.
Right. And conductor number, which will be your life path number, which you add up, that will also speak about certain things. So this is how it will be calculated.
Okay, sir. So how will people contact you for personal consultancy or consultant if they want to?
See, Sneha, ideally, all these years I have been seeing different people or helping different people from my own network, as well as you know that you have recommended so many people, the celebrities also come to you. So I've never taken it as a profession.
Yeah.
The reason being I'm working in different corporates. So 2026, once I could, so just to tell you one story that since I did not charge anything, so recently I was going through a video by Sudha Murthy, and she said that it's always better that don't give anything for free of cost. The reason being, if you give it for free of cost, it is never being accepted or it is never being respected. So you can check in even in the what do you say Instagram that she said that she had given some kind of atlas to many of the villagers, and later on when she went to buy some nuts or something, the shopkeeper told her that one lady Sudhamati has given atlas, so the paper quality is good and you pay it. So it has gone for this. So it has happened for me as well, Sneha.
Yes.
That I have tried to help people and I have given certain things to people, of course free of cost, and they did not give the certain amount of respect or kept it the way it should have been. So from 26 onwards, what I'm planning is that, of course, people can, if I'm not able to take my calls, people can definitely WhatsApp me, because I'm more or less present in the WhatsApp, so they can definitely WhatsApp me, and they, whenever I ask them to call, they can even call me, and then we can have a discussion.
Okay.
And take my, yeah, and then onwards I can take it forward from there on.
So, sir, as New Year is coming, so would you like to give some gift for our audience for all the numerology Kango Baki line?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you, but the fact is that it's very general.
Okay.
Right. For number one, it will be you're supposed to get some leadership roles and your ambition would touch the skies. For number two, it will be opportunities as well as financial growth.
Wow.
For number three, it will be a new beginning. It could be a new beginning in any relationship or getting new things, anything. It will be a new beginning, right? For number four, it will be career success. They will shine in.
Yes, my cameraman is number 4.
Alright. For five, it will be travels. Travels is on the card, so you travel a lot.
Yeah.
For number six, it will be they have to take responsibilities, as well as their relationship is going to improve.
Hey, भैया, relationship कहाँ से करेगा?
But जिसका आपका नहीं है, तो that's a different thing.
But
But those who have, that is going to improve. For 7, it will be spiritual growth and wisdom. For 8, it will be discipline and hard work is going to pay them. And for 9, it will be they need to be much more compassionate and let go of things. Right? They have to certain things they have to let go of. So if these are very general predictions for 2026 for everyone from 1 to 9.
Okay. So, sir, thank you so much for being here today. And I'm really glad that you came and shared a lot of things for us. And I also know a lot of things that you told. So, thank you so much, sir. So, if you like the podcast, like, share, and subscribe. And let me know whom do you want for my next guest.